Hello. So, when I started this daily upload thing, contrary to what it actually ended up becoming, at least for the past 4 months, I didn't actually want to play games in that time frame, or at least I didn't want to upload game videos. That's not really what I wanted to do. But like I said, I think in an earlier one, it's a lot easier to put out something that I don't have to, I guess, work as hard, or maybe not even, I don't even have to work at all. But the more important reason or excuse, I guess, that I can give is that it's a lot easier to put out something that you don't truly care about and have that, you know, either received badly or not at all. I mean, chances are it's a lot likelier to, or a lot more likely, my bad, to have something just not received at all on YouTube or just on the internet in general, considering the insane, practically infinite amount of content and just everything that comes out day after day. So chances are that it's something that that will not really be received by anyone in any way. But it's, if you put out something that you don't really care, or you're not emotionally invested in, or it's not a part of yourself that you put out there, that's that's fine, right? It doesn't really hurt. But if you have something that you actually care about, and then a rejection of that, or just the indifference to that, feels like an indifference to my entire being. If I'm not sure if I say that correctly. But the other thing is also that I don't know if I wouldn't say laziness necessarily, but laziness is basically just you don't want to do something, but it's not. It's like a umbrella term that you're lazy, even though if you inspect it closely, you might come to the realization that you are doing it or not doing it because of like a multitude of possible reasons. But if there is like a block to even inspecting that closely, then that all can be tucked on under the blanket of being lazy. I don't feel like thinking about this. I don't feel like going into this deeper because I'm lazy. Even though it's not really a useful term in many ways, because laziness, the I guess the solution is to just do it anyway. But there comes the path of least resistance, which is, in this specific case, is not me recording and working out and perfecting something that is me, but just recording whatever game I happen to play. But the core issue is that if I put up something that I don't care about, then why would I expect anyone else to care about it in any way? And if I don't expect to care, if I don't expect anyone to care about it, then what is the point of putting it out there? So what I am kind of dodging here is that I fear going into the things that I think about and care about, and what I am occupied by, or what my mind is occupied by in my life, and instead just grab, you know, something that is, oh, I'm gonna, play Torchlight, and I'm gonna upload something random, or I'm gonna play Path of Exile, or I'm gonna play TFT, or I'm gonna play this, I'm gonna play that, and then I don't have to face myself in that manner. And then I throw it out, and then if it doesn't really do anything, or nothing really happens, then that's that, and I can easily move on. But back to what I was originally trying to do is, I have the view that, especially, and yeah, I did I did put myself in a bind with this idea that, by the way, only I care about. Like, nobody else on this entire planet or in this entire universe cares about whether or not I'm gonna upload a video every single day. Nobody else. Only I care. Only I care. And then everyone knows that there is, something to be said about, you've chosen a goal, and then you've moved towards that, and then you achieved it, and then that should be in some manner in its own reward. But I'm not really feeling that at the moment, after the past 4 months and plus 8 days. I'm not saying that I did not care about any of them that I put up there, but the vast majority is not really something that I've put myself into all that much. And I'm not necessarily talking about the time that actually recording it or doing the stuff that was recorded took. Like, that's not necessarily the what I'm trying to say when I say how much of myself I put into. But like, generally, I know that for this to actually mean something or have any purpose, I would have to do. I would have to talk about, and I would have to make recordings or videos or whatever type of things that I actually care about, and not because if it's gameplay, there are many like other people who do it better, or like just not necessarily better, but do the same thing. And if it was really what I actually wanted to do, if I had it in me, or if I had the goal of going into whichever game and go deep into that, and perfect the ways of me conveying the information or experience that I have with it, that's great. And I think that's again, that can be a very worthwhile endeavor. But the truth is that I did not really have my heart in those games, and then it's bad, because then it is also bad for me, like emotionally and mentally. And just, so basically, if I spend my time with those games for the pure reason so that I can have something that I can record and upload, so I don't have to make the hard I don't know, choices maybe. But if I don't have to do the hard topics, then obviously that is gonna be bad for me. I feel it. I feel it, and I experience the resentment that I basically have towards myself in this way, because it's basically just wasting my time and wasting my life and wasting my days. And I probably should not put this into this random word salad, but I don't know if I will ever have the courage to do it properly in more constructed ways and more separately. So I'm just gonna say that for like the past month and a half, there's been a quite like significant shift in how I just view life and death and all these kinds of things. And it's not like one thing that made it so. It's like I can't grab one thing and say like, okay, this happened, or this specific thing changed my view or changed the way how I feel or how I think. But and I wish that I could just grab something, grab one thing. It's more likely a multitude of things together that got me there. But it's it's basically opening a door that you would then like to close, and then you would like to be the person that you were before you opened that door, but you can't. So it's like, it's weird to say that something is life changing, because it's not entirely true, right? Because like, I'm still going through my, let's say, programming that I've had in all the previous time before that. So like, I'm going through that, but there's like a different like filter on it, or a different like there's a like a layer of distance to it, because such a fundamental shift in the way I feel that it's it doesn't feel entirely real or entirely me anymore. But there isn't really anything else on the other side of it. So it's not like, okay, I've changed in this way, or I see things differently this way, and that means that I change this and this and this, and then I that's the path that I follow. So I'm basically scared and lost, and yeah, I don't know where things are gonna go from here. I know, like, this is very very cryptic and everything. That's why it's probably not worth separating these two. Another one. It's not even that it's not worth it. It's more like I'm not. There are things that are like, if you think them, I feel like it's like you've somewhat kept a lid on it. But then if you say it, then it makes it even more real. And like, I'm not sure if it's just like a good thing or a bad thing. It's very cryptic, and I wish that I could, just go and point out that, okay, something happened, and then this was the consequence, because I wish that I could turn it back off, but at the same time, it's also foolish to think that, because if I turn it back off, or if I could turn it back, then it would just happen again. So yeah, I don't know. This would definitely be like a very very deep, very extensive, multi-layered situation. and I don't know if I can get to the bottom of it, but we'll see. So what this actually means video wise is that I'm gonna have to figure out what I actually want to spend my days with on this earth, and if I want to keep myself to my own goal of putting something out there every day, then I will have to shift the way my days go down, or you could say daily routine. Because like every time when the day winds down, I have the ideas, and I have the things that are really important to come out, and then I go to sleep, and then when I wake up, obviously going to sleep is not that easy, but let's just say I go to sleep, and then when I wake up, all those crystallization of ideas and thoughts are put back down below the layers of whatever bodily needs and impulses and the usual. Let's just wake up and then go through the motions, and then something's gonna happen. And and what that actually ends up manifesting as is that by the time I would get to checking the daily stuff, it would just be, oh, I really need something. I'm gonna log into this whatever game, and I'm just gonna record something random, and then I put it out, and then I don't care about it, and nobody else is caring about it, and that's that. And then obviously that breeds, like I said, dissatisfaction in myself, with myself, and then I go to the part where I'm thinking again, and you see where this is going. So this has been the cycle that I've been in. So yeah, and now I think back, and I don't really see the actual purpose in this whole thing. But even with all this confusion and all this going from one thought to the other, this still means more, and it feels like it has more purpose than whatever gameplay video I could put out. Yeah. Okay, I'll just turn this off because this is uh this is going going nowhere really. All right. I am out. Thank you.